And welcome to Ball Beef Liberta for match number 2 of Super Sunday here at the Cricket West Indies Female Under 19 Championship 2026. Match number 2 here at Ball Beef Liberta. We'll see Guyana Female Under 19s take on Trinidad Under 19s. We're here with our match referee Joari Edwards, our 4th umpire Felix Orgis, and our 2 captains here today. So to throw the toss will be the Trinidad Female Under 19s, and calling will be Guyana. So give it a toss, young lady.
Tails.
Tails is the call. It's a tails. Guyana has won the toss.
So we're speaking to the Guyanese coach, Guyanese captain, who would have won the toss and decided to bat first. What do you make of the pitch, and what influenced your decision to bat first?
I think it's better because it's better to put runs on the board than to chase.
Okay, no problem. And is this the first game that you all are playing for the tournament?
Yeah, because we didn't get to finish.
Okay, no problem. So y'all are just looking to get runs on the board and back your bowling to defend?
Yeah.
Okay, well, congratulations and good luck today.
Thank you.
I'm now going to have a word with the Trinidadian captain. If you would have won the toss today, what would have been your decision, bat or bowl?
We would have bowled first. I think we have a really good bowling lineup. So we just want to execute our plans. We have planned in our team room and just go out there and be positive.
Okay, no problem. So considering the first few games that you would have seen, and 100 is just about the target, is it that you're looking for that exact pass score? You're looking for 120? What is it your bowlers are looking to defend?
Yeah, we are looking to defend anything under 100. As I said, we have really good bowlers. So it's just for us to stick to our line of lengths and execute our plans.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. So you all have to get ready.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You've heard it here first. The Guyana Under 19 female team have won the toss and have decided to bat first. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to Ball Beef Liberta in St. Paul's, Antigua and Barbuda for match number 2 of Super Sunday here at Liberta for the CWI Rising Stars on the 19 Women's Championship 2026. Match number 2 here at Ball Beef. We'll see Trinidad and Tobago on the 19 women take on the Guyana on the 19 women. The news from the toss is that the Guyana on the 19 women have won and have decided to bat first. Having a conversation with both captains, Trinidad said they would have bowled regardless because they do have faith in their bowling, as they have bowled out Jamaica for 39 in their previous encounter, and this is Guyana's first outing in the tournament, with their first game having been washed out. So I'm here with my co-host, former West Indies and Leeward Islands batsman Dave Joseph. Welcome, Dave Joseph.
Yeah, good afternoon, Asha. And we're looking forward for an excellent game this afternoon, the second game in this doubleheader. We see the flags fluttering in the distance, as that means there's a strong breeze coming across the ground. So, hoping that we'll get the bowlers will get some assistance in terms of their way swingers and their in swingers. Let's see what happens. So, as you said, Guyana won the toss and elected to bat.
Yeah, most definitely. So we're just going to give you those team lists. Jada Fraser, Sarah Beer, Jariah Rodriguez, Shanisa Thomas, Brianna Samaru, Aliyah Henry, Akila Stevens, Daniele Mans, Sawana Booker, Kenana Leach, Rosanna Patterson, and that will round out your 11 for the Guyana women on the 19. And for the Trinidad women's on the 19, Chrissy Amar Singh, Jessica Davis, Brianna Harichan, Shiraya Jaram, Saraya Kawal Singh, Jana Mohammed, Azaria Mullah, Samira Naidu, Sian Ramnarain, Samara Ramnath, and Amrita Ramtahal round out your team. So we're on the way here at Ball Beef Liberta for match number 2 of this doubleheader between Guyana and Trinidad, and they start with a single down to fine leg. And what I would have heard by Trinidad is that a majority of their strength is in their spin bowling. So Guyana, who's notoriously they do tend to play spin well. Let's see how that goes in that matchup here today.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it, Asha. Two nations who known for spin in the Caribbean.
Yes, most definitely, as a wide is called. So they're starting with a pretty standard field. Only two women out the circle, fine leg and third man. A pretty straight fine leg, maybe giving the keeper some protection, as we see the keeper keeping up to the stumps. So it looks like they're looking for accuracy more than speed. Just not getting the run up right there. She's going to have to reload and come again.
Nice quiet start by Trinidadians, Asha.
He is just looking a bit circumspect for Trinidad. Looking to get a bit more consistent. Looking to keep down the runs is Trinidad.
Wide call.
Yeah, they seem to have the plan. It's a 5-4 field with an extra cover point and mid-off in front of the bats. So they're looking to bowl outside the off stump, looking to force the batsman to drive.
Yeah, Asha, this is going to pose some problems. It's a left and right hand combination, so it's definitely got to be on target whenever the strikes rotates.
Good shot, well played. So Cian Ramnarine is who's opening the bowling for Trinidad and Tobago, with Sarah Beer and Jada Fraser, the two batsmen for Guyana. Yeah, that's well bowled by Ramnarine. Just looking to get the radar right, looking to continue to be consistent. But so far, so good from her. This is the first I'm seeing of Ramnarine as a pace bowler. She seems to be very accurate.
Yeah, it looks to be well sorted out in terms of a run-up and an action and everything, Asha. So, and the accuracy lends to it too.
So it's not going to be a case where she's an express bowler, but more so of a nagging seam-up bowler. Not necessarily the action for extreme pace, because she does pause a bit at the crease. But so far, so good. It seems to be a very repeatable action. Good high arm. So let's see how we go. Again, Ramnarine in. And she's going down the ground, is Sarah Beer. To no avail, no runs, just straight to the mid-on fielder. And that is the end of the first over of the Guyana on the 19 women, 3 without loss.
Yeah, not a bad start by the TNT young ladies on the 19s. I think just the 1-1 coming from that over, Asha. So it looks good so far for TNT. Asha.
Yes, as we see another pace bowler taking her mark here. Bowler number 50, Amrita Ramtal, into the attack from the pavilion end. It's very calm. Hopefully we can get a full game here. We seem to have a bit of clouds coming in from the east, but everything should be all right. Sun is out. So Ramtal starts. And she starts by going through cover. A good cut shot there by Jada Fraser. And that opens the account. The first boundary scored by Guyana in this affair. Good shot by Jada Fraser.
Yeah, and top of the batsman, we happy with that shot, Asha. It was placed in the gap and it sped away across the outfield for 4. So we've seen changes in the field straight away. Fine leg being brought up, extra cover being pushed back on the boundary straight away.
Yeah, so there's a clear plan. Bowl outside the line of the off stump. Give yourself some protection on the square boundary. Good comeback by Ramtahal. A bustling action she has. She seems to have, for the two balls that we've seen so far, she seems to have. So I've just been informed that some of these women under 19 players for Trinidad may be taking part in the women's CPL happening later this year, including the current bowler, Amrita Ramtahal. So this is a good practice warm-up for her for the big leagues, as it were, as Jada Fraser steers one down to third man, collected cleanly by the point fielder. So they get one. But exciting, good proving grounds, good testing grounds for some of these young players looking to make it further in their professional cricket career in the women's CPL as well as beyond.
Well, as you said, Asher, some of them was already gone on already, so that's good. They're heading into the big leagues.
Oh, that's a beautiful delivery there. The batsman didn't know too much about that one. Beating the outside edge of Sarah Beer was Ramtal.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge for them, Asher, as once the strike rotates. Left and right hand combination pose a bit of problem. So most bowlers in cricket. So I imagine it will even be a more troublesome factor for these young bowlers.
Well, so far so good. Very decent over, very disciplined over by Amrita Ramtal. After 2 overs, the Guyana under 19 women 8 without loss. Well, this is really a good proving grounds for these players, and what would help as well is that there is a clear pathway for these youngsters to know that professional cricket is possible and is achievable, not just a fever dream. So seeing that some of them do have moved on to that next level, it should encourage the ones currently here to strive for bigger and for better.
Oh.
And a chance goes begging for Jada Fraser and for Cian Ramnarine and Trinidad and Tobago. A chance has gone begging. A top edge. The keeper didn't really move. And the square leg fielder was trying to get it, but to no avail. So a life for Jada Fraser. Hopefully she's looking to play a bit straighter. Don't want to get too square early up in the innings when the ball is moving like that through the air.
Yeah, looking to play straighter would be the best option. Quite noticeable actually. The Trinidad fielders are looking much better fielders on the ground compared to what we've seen from the other teams, and that's good to see.
Well, we're only 2 overs in, so we'll see. We'll have a better assessment at the half time after 10 overs, as we see Ramnarine having a bit of problems with the run up, but as is customary for under 19 cricket, you're gonna have a few problems. And again, that's well bowled by Ramnarine. They're looking to hurry for a quick single. And is she in? The umpire says yes. She's made it back just by her here. So Sarah Beer survives that quick single. A little inside edge by Jada Fraser that went down to the short fine leg region. Collected very cleanly. And the keeper really did some nice work. It came in a bit high, but she was able to adapt.
Yeah, they're looking pretty sharp. Yeah, I watched them a bit in the warm-ups that they were doing this afternoon early on, Asha, and they were looking pretty sharp in terms of the ground fielding and stuff like that. So it's good to see them diving around, scoring about, level of urgency.
Most definitely. I mean, that's what you want. You want to get a good start to the game, and a good start is always dependent on a good warm up. So I'm assuming that they would have had their routines, they did their necessary procedures to get in that focus mode to maybe take 2 wins in 2 days.
Shot. Run out, direct
And
hit.
this is a brilliant piece of fielding. Dave Joseph, you may be right that this has been so far the best fielding team that we have seen so for the tournament, and that is evidenced by a brilliant run-out opportunity that was taken by number 50. It looks like Amrita Ramtal hitting the stumps directly, and from one of the harder positions from point. You only get one stump to aim at,
yeah.
and she was able to do that. Collected cleanly, attacked the ball, collected it cleanly, and
then
attacked
throw
and
down the
got.
stumps.
Yes, that's really good. I really do like to see those kind of fundamentals. So, a brilliant run out was the cause of Guyana under 19 women to lose their first wicket. That of Jada Fraser, who goes run out. And Guyana under 19 women 10 for 1. In at number 3, it seems to be number 43, Brianna Samaru.
Yeah, the TNT team actually has got the right type of mindset, especially to the feeling so far.
Yeah, this is good disciplined bowling to start by Trinidad and Tobago women. Forcing the batsman to come onto their front foot, which
Yeah,
is something that we
keeping the
need.
stumps in play at all times.
Yeah, that's the right way to go about it. Keep as much modes of dismissal open to you as possible. So after 3 overs, Guyana under 19 women 10 for 1 with
How many women's CPL team do they have actually in the Caribbean?
6, I think, 5 or 6.
4. So I'll be thinking that they need to open up some more, give more opportunities to these young players.
Well, that is a sentiment that I believe that we all share across the Caribbean, that there needs to be more teams in women's CPL, more opportunities for the game to grow regionally and for us to express our talents across the globe. Rita Ramtal in again, and she's swinging over mid-on is Sarah Beer, and she collects a boundary. A very lovely shot. A bit risky, but I think it's calculated risk by Ramtal, going up and over the top. Good shot.
Yeah, well, remember in the power play, Asha, so those are the types of shots you'll be looking to see, and luckily we're seeing it from the young under 19s. They're thinking and they're reacting in the kind of mode that they should be. In the power play, you're looking to go over the top whenever you get that opportunity.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad delivery. It was a good length delivery, but I guess because she played through the line, she trusted the bounce and was able to get it up and over. But a good follow-up delivery by Ramtal. A slower ball, just defended by Sarah Beer.
Wide down the leg side.
Yeah, she has to reload that one again. Is Amrita Ramtahal, one of the players selected to participate in the women's CPL 2026. and she's out. Sarah Bear trying to repeat a dose of the previous shot, but only managing a top edge, splicing it to point. And the Guyana under 19 women have lost their second wicket. Sarah Bear goes for 4, caught off the bowling of Amrita Ramtal, and the Guyana under 19 women 15 for 2.
Yeah, that was a ball that was short over length, and as I said, Sarah Pierre tried to go over the top, over the covers, but only succeeded in getting it to point. So she has to go, caught at point. And as I've been saying, actually, I really like the energy of the TNT team. They're moving around, they're being on target in terms of their lines and their lengths, and we've seen them taking the catches as they come to them.
Most definitely, as we see a new batsman, a number 4 batsman, taking guard for the first time this tournament and the first time of this match for Guyana under 19 women's. And Ramtral is in, and it's well defended by the number 4 batsman. That good length, but well negotiated by the batsman.
Yeah, so 15 for 2, Asha.
Yes, and the new batsman to the crease is Kiana Litch.
Yeah, this is interesting, Asha, in terms of the way that the TNT captain is using bowlers. It's going to be the third over for the opening bowler.
No.
It's out.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after some contention and confusion, Brianna Samaru has to go, caught off the bowling of Cian Ramnarine without scoring. The Guyana under 19 women slumping to
15.
a low total of 15-3. Ramnarine continuing from the police station end. The new batsman into the attack is Aliyah Henry in at number 5. She would have never thought that she would have to bat within the power play, but yet here we are.
Well bowled by the young fast bowler, Ramnarine. She's been on point, Asha. Straight to the stumps on most occasions.
Well, yes, we've seen that sometimes accuracy tends to beat out speed, and this is evidence here. And this is lovely keeping by the keeper, keeping up to the stumps, collecting them quite cleanly. But in your humble opinion, I've heard this conversation had many a time, especially in men's cricket, that you shouldn't tell young children to slow down and focus on accuracy, especially when they want to bowl fast. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm thinking if you want the ball fast, you have to try the ball fast. You know, I think they can always pull back and get the accuracy. What I do know is that quick stuff is always going to be a threat to any batsman. So once you're quick, and you only need to get a few right, as you realize with bowling, you can bowl 3, 4 bad balls, and next 3 or 2 you bowl, you get wickets, and that will send teams into some quandary. Swung away down to fine leg. We're gonna have a change in bowling here. Asha.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to see number 45 into the attack, the captain, Daniel Mans, from the pavilion end. So far, so good for the Trinidad under 19 women. The two opening bowlers going for economies on the 5 runs and over. So in any T20 cricket, that will be taken.
Yeah, they've started pretty well. And TNT definitely in a hurry to get this game through. They're trying to push as much as possible the overs through, Asha. Wow, that swung away. First delivery for 4, down behind square.
Yeah, good shot by Alia Henry. She latched onto that one and she picked her area and scored accordingly. It was a lovely shot, turning over the scoreboard to 20. And I do think that was not the start that Jessica Davis would have hoped for. Sorry, Daniel Mans.
Pulled away again for 4.
And
Lovely shot.
And she has repeated the dose, and the captain has changed the field immediately, bowling a full toss and being dispatched for 4. She says she wants another person into the onside field, into the leg side field. So again, just leaking a bit of runs to start with. 2 fours off of the first 2 balls.
What's good to see though, Asho, is the support that the Trinidadians have been getting. They've got a whole stand of Trinidadians on the far right.
Yeah,
Well played.
it's a massive Trinidad posse wherever you go. Whether it be on the 19 cricket, CPL, on 19 women's, on the 19 men's, is going to always draw a huge.
Yeah, that's good to see when you. So you know when you're coming up against Trinidad, it's not going to only be the 11 players or the 12 players that are going to be on the team. You're going to have a whole barrage of supporters too. Edge the way down to third man. Pulled away again into the mid-wicket region. This one will just be a single.
Yeah, so Alia Henry is on the attack here for the Guyana under 19 women. She's looking to be positive so far, moving to 11 off of 9 deliveries. Very well bowled to finish the over. was, well, we're having a bit of an issue because the scorecard says Jessica Davis. Ah, I see. So, correction, Jessica Davis was sending down that previous over, the final over of the power play. After 6 overs, the Guyana under 19 women 27 for 3 with Kiana Litch and Alia Henry both not out on 1 and 11 respectively. And we're going to see our first introduction of spin from the police station end.
You want the score up? The scores from the last match? I didn't do that?
Yeah, what is the ball is?
I put the score sheet. Oh, the score sheet.
So we have 28 into the attack. Shira Jairam, right arm leg spinner. And she seems to be flighting it very well. This is going to be the trial by spin, as we are accustomed to see. So Guyana not necessarily on the accelerator, just going along quite calmly.
Ooh.
A lot of flight, well bowled, sucking the batsman into that shot. Alia Henry looking to go big over the mid-wicket region.
Well, she's got to be careful after there are 2 men back. One just forward the square and one at mid-wicket.
Oh, this is very good bowling here by Shria Jairam.
Yeah, very good start, Asha, for the young leg spinner.
Wow, good arm. Good arm by that fielder. Oh, this is really good bowling. This is a really good over here by Shria Jairam. After her first over, only conceding 1 run. Guyana on the 19 women, 28 for 3. As we've seen, Trinidad really putting the squeeze on Guyana and backing their bowlers, as they would have said in the pre-match toss.
Yeah, they've started pretty organized, Asha. As I say, most of the balls have been kept stump to stump, and that's a good thing. We haven't seen
but I've seen like she was flighting the ball quite a bit and getting the ball to dip and turn, which is a very good asset to have as a young leg spinner.
Yeah, well, as I was saying, she's been on target, bang on target for starters. First over being pretty decent, only like 1 run from it.
Yes, that's correct. So we see an introduction of a new bowler, Azaria Muller, number 78, from the pavilion end.
I think the backward point needs to be pushed a little bit more backward.
Yeah, just a little further behind.
Yeah, another 10 paces it looks like, Asha.
Wide signal by the umpire. And only 5 extras so far in the innings. A lot more disciplined than what we would have seen previously so far at the matches here at Ball Beef Liberta. Muller is in again. And plays straight to point. And it's going to be a mix-up here. Can she get back in time? The umpire has a decision to make. And the umpire says not out. So Alia Henry was in a spot of bother there. A miscommunication between her and Kiana Lynch. Kiana Lynch hitting the ball straight to point. And maybe she's set in the perfect position, because we were saying she needs to take a 10 spaces to her left and the ball went straight to her. So maybe there's something that we don't know. But Alia Henry survives. Muller in yet again. Straight to the point fielder yet again.
So that looks like the right position, Asha.
Yeah, that seems to be the right position, because maybe we are thinking in men's cricket that the person is bowling with a lot of pace, so the ball is going to go behind.
Yeah, so he's staying more in front
Yeah.
for the lack of pace.
Well, you live and you learn when it comes to cricket every single day. But Muller is holding down the end well so far. Only 2 runs off the over, one of them including a wide. But this is very good bowling. Looking to hit one area over and over and over. That's consistency.
Yeah, well, she has been doing that, Asha, and actually bowling to the field that has been set for her.
Seems like the Trinidadians have came with a plan today, and they're looking to execute that plan as best as possible. Again, another delivery on a good length outside the line of the off stump. This time the batsman not able to make connection with that one.
Actually, it doesn't seem like they came with a plan. They came with a plan. It definitely
Correct,
came with a plan,
correct.
because
We're not guessing. It is a definite.
I'll tell you how I know that. Even the crowd knows the plan. The Trinidadian supporters knows the plan.
Well, there's something that they may have planned well in advance to us even being aware, and they're executing that plan well.
Well, it's all about in the practices, Asha. Guess they would have played, quite a few practice games before they've, gotten up here. So they know which bowler is going to come on next, which bowler is going to bowl 4 overs, which one is going to bowl 3, which one is going to bowl 2. So I sensed it from the crowd in terms of the applause that they gave the opening bowler when she bowled the 3rd over.
So they already knew. And
Yeah,
it
man,
seems
they've been on top of the game, it seems like. From the showing that we've seen out on the field, they've been on top of the game.
And she's going for the big heave-ho. Kiana Lynch just not being able to hold herself back from the flight. The flight is what is getting them. And she's not going to stop. She's going to continue flighting. And this is very good bowling. Yeah, a few wides here or there, but that's negligible. This is really good bowling.
Yeah, I think she's been landing the balls in the right area, Asha, for a young leg spinner, and she's been pretty accurate.
Yes, I'm not going to lie. That reminds me of me when I was playing on the 15 cricket. Throw the ball as high as possible in the air and hope something happens. But something did happen, and the ball went for 4 this time. Very good shot by Alia Henry. That ball was pitched up just a bit fuller than the previous deliveries, and she was able to get onto that and steer it. Well, not even steer. She forced that into the leg side for 4. A very brilliant shot.
TNT wouldn't be too sad about that one. It almost, went to hand. A bit more pace by the fielder. Moving on would have made it into a catch.
And she's back to her normal programming, just tempting them outside the line of the off stump. She's swinging again into the leg side. This time pulling a clean pick up there by the square leg fielder. I really have been impressed with their fielding.
Yeah, he told you that from the way he saw them warmed up. Actually, I know that they were on top of the game. Even if in the field, actually, you see them how they're backing up each other. You know, they have that kind of presence of mind to know where they should be at what particular time.
Oh, and a bit of bounce.
That looks like
Good
googly.
take. Yes,
No, yeah.
most definitely. It does look like the googly. Often
that a
given a
googly?
bit more bounce.
Or technician, we'll be able to see if that was a googly just now.
Really good bowling and control of variation by this young leg spinner in Shreya Jairam. A single down to a 3/4 long on. And again, another tidy over by Shreya Jairam. 2 overs for 8 runs. Guyana under 19 women really under the pump here after 9 overs, 37 for 3. And we're going to have dual spin from both ends as we see a change in bowler from the pavilion end. The captain coming into the attack, number 30, Samara Ramnath.
Yeah, if you notice, Asha, how they're moving around, they're ringing the changes, they definitely know who's going to come next.
Yeah, it seems like they have sat down and planned this well. They've thought about it, they've spoken about it prior.
Ooh,
And
almost
the
both are
first
caught.
ball, she could have gotten a wicket. Just kind of chipping it back to the bowler was Kiana Litch. But the captain,
Ooh,
and that's
bold.
well bowled. I saw that coming from the first delivery because I was just about to say that this young bowler, the captain, reminds me of another Trinidadian spinner, Karishma Ramnarak, who plays for the West Indies women. Her run-up, how she holds the ball, the same action, and I knew that was coming. So the Guyana under 19 women have lost their 4th wicket. Kiana Litch bowled by Samara Ramnath for 2. So the Guyana under 19 women are 37 for 4, and they're going to take a short drinks break. But in that short drinks break, I'm going to ask you, Mr. Joseph, how important would you say as a coach is it to sit down and talk to your players about cricket, talk to them about strategy, talk to them just speaking, not as much practical as implementing and coaching, but just how important it is to teach them the knowledge of the game?
Yeah, it's very important because, you know, when these scenarios arise that you will be talking to them about, they'll know exactly what to do and what's expected of them. So talking the game is a very important aspect of it. You know, you saw yesterday the Leewards when they had like 4 runs from 1 ball and they were throwing the ball from end to end trying to out people. All you had to do was just to hold the ball. So these things need to be spoken about, you know, and it's not something that you can actually coach. You'll have to sit and talk to them about these scenarios. When it happens, what do you do? You know, and that kind of stuff.
So you would say not necessarily in a training capacity or in a training environment, you're not coming to practice, but it's more so after a game you sit down and just talk a bit of cricket.
Not only after a game, you can go to practice and do just that. That can be a lesson that you go and execute, or a session that you go and execute. Today we're going to be talking cricket. You understand? And that, you know, goes well for some of the players because then you give them a chance to ask questions. What do I do in this situation? What do I do in that situation? As opposed to you will tell them, give them scenarios and situations and ask them to comment on it.
Agreed. I was just wondering what your thoughts were on it, because I do agree that at this point in time, you know, speaking about the cricket and having a plan beforehand, speaking about what plans may change if a batsman is adapting to your plans. All of this is important knowledge that you can only get from talking about cricket. I don't think there's a lot of cricket that you can play where you'd have to learn that by yourself, as opposed to learning it from a coach or from a father, from a parent, from an outsider. So While they take a short drinks break, we're going to take a drinks break as well, and we'll be back with more coverage of the Cricket West Indies Rising Stars Under 19 Women's Championship.
All right, so after the drinks break, first delivery been signal wide. Not a good start after the drinks break. This one is pulled into the onside, well fielded by mid wicket. Number 30, that's the number, Asha.
Number 50 or number? No, because number 30 is bowling. That's the captain, so I'm not sure what number that is over there. Ooh.
That's wide. Not taken cleanly by the wicket keeper.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame the keeper there too much. He did get some glove on it.
Yeah,
just
but
wasn't able to
it was
hold
pretty
on.
wide, Asha.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be too harsh on that judgment. But so far, so good for Samara Ramnath, the captain.
That's a big shot down the ground. That's going to be 4, Asha.
Yeah, lovely shot there, capitalizing on the bad ball. A low full toss by Samara Ramnath, and Keela Stephan, the new batsman, dealt with that accordingly, hitting it straight back over her head. She couldn't get a hand to that, and beating the mid-off fielder for 4. And she's going again. She's going again. And it's not going to be a repeat dose. Akila Stephan goes, caught by the mid-wicket fielder. So it's 4 run out for Akila Stephan. Trying to repeat. Trying to repeat the dose was Akila Stephan. So correction, it is Alia Henry that goes. Alia Henry goes. So they ran a single during that wide. So trying to go big again was Alia Henry. She did score 3-4. She was looking for a 4th, trying to go over the top, but just getting the inside half of the bat and spooning up to the mid-wicket fielder, and a comfortable catch in the end.
Yeah, quite amazing, Asha. The smaller of the players seems to be doing the power hitting. I've been checking that out from all the teams. The smaller, more diminutive the players are, they're trying to execute those power shots. You'll be looking for the power shots coming from the bigger and, much more massively built young ladies, but it's coming from the smaller ones.
Well, as per Caribbean phrasing, we little but we tallawa. So here we see Ramnath continuing a little bottom edge onto the bat for the new batsman. The new batsman, number 45, being the captain, Danielle Mans.
If you were having a look just now at that delivery, the return that came back, you had at least 4 people backing up. So that tells you that they're really keyed in. They're not giving anything away at all, Asha.
Yes, they really are thinking about the game. This is good match awareness. So it seems like they would have played a lot of cricket to understand match awareness. And I would love to see that going forward. That if a ball gets hit into the leg side, if the offside fielders come in to back them up or back up the keeper. But we've seen that so far with the ball passing the keeper. So again, another trial by spin. Shreya Jairam continuing from the police station end. Well bowled once again. A bit too stationary for me. The Guyana on the 19 batsman, Akila Stephen. I'd just like to see some more movement, being able to transfer the weight back if you're getting back and transfer the weight forward if you're getting forward. Just standing and prodding like that is going to cause problems like that, like you're going to get a top edge or just spoon the ball to those people catching that extra cover. So you have to be getting forward or getting back.
Yeah, well, she has just come in, Asha, so let's hope she can get it right.
It seems to me like that bat is a bit heavy.
Yeah,
It
well.
could be me, but the bat seems a little bit
Yeah, she's a pretty small character.
Yeah, she's a small character. She tried to swing, but I'm not sure. Oh.
The fourth is 15, the end of the fourth, 15, and then 16.
Ooh. That seemingly came off the inside edge, Asha.
Yes, that's a rear miss by the keeper. I can't really fault her at all because what it looked like, it was a googly, and then she got an inside edge on the googly.
No, it's by signal, so it didn't. So it's a googly that spun through.
Wow.
Bat and pad, yeah.
Yes, that's a really good ball by Jairam. This is really good bowling. The batsmen don't really have a clue. And my only advice would be to read it from the hand. Don't read it off the pitch. And that's an edge. And the fielder is chasing it down. She gets there in the end. They're looking for two. There's some confusion, but no in the end. And I've seen it. You've pointed it out to me yet again. There's about 4 fielders backing up just in case the ball were to pass. So this is good match awareness. That brings to the end over number 11. Guyana 47 for 5. But there seems to be a clear plan. A clear plan, and they're sticking to their plan.
Yeah, I
It seems
think
to be working.
it's going to be, from what I've seen for the last couple of games here, it's going to be tough to beat Trinidad. If you have these 2 spinners bowling in the middle overs, 8 overs in the middle, actually, it's going to be something. Unless they bowl extremely badly, it's going to be tough to get them away. So far, they've been on target.
And again, this is very good match awareness. I do like what I'm seeing here. The long on fielder still came in, even though the ball was going to the mid-wicket fielder, just in case she misfielded, so there was no runs given away. So this is very good awareness from the fielding team. They're not giving away easy runs as we would have seen in the previous matches. So they're walking in hard. They're attacking the ball aggressively. So a very polished outfit so far is Trinidad on the 19 women. A very polished side.
Yeah, they're definitely putting on a good show, at least Asha in the field.
Oh, tempting the dive was Akila Stephen. Just tempting the dive, Samar.
Wicketkeeper should have made an effort there. It was closer to the wicketkeeper than anything else. Maybe she didn't see it, lost it in the helmet, looking up.
Yeah, possibly. But Samara Ramnath really is bowling a very good spell so far. Two wickets for 8 runs. So she's just called in the long on and the long off fielders and tempting her, telling her, go over the top if you want to. And she's gonna try it. It's in the air. Oh,
good effort.
Good effort by the point fielder. That was definitely a setup. And again, you can see it, the backing up again, everybody making sure that ball is not going to get past. So again, this is very smart cricket by the Trinidadian team. She brought up mid-on and mid-off, gave it a bit of flight and said, hit it if you can. She tried, so they're definitely looking for wickets. They're definitely thinking about the game.
Well fielded.
Very good fielding and a brilliant stop to end the over. 12 overs gone. The Guyana on the 19 women, 50 for 5.
Yeah, it's very important, Asha, you know what field placement you should be bowling to, or what field placement you should be going into. As a player on the field, sometimes you're sitting around and standing around wondering, where should I go?
Well,
We're not seeing it from these, yeah.
These are the teams that you would give anything to be a captain to, because this makes your job so much easier.
Very easy, yeah.
So you can focus on strategy and tactics as opposed to, oh well, you need to go there, you need to go there. And these people know exactly, just by hand movements, I want you out, I want you in, I need you at point, you get me a little straighter. So this is really an organized outfit. And again, oh, that's an unfortunate event there. I mean, she did stop the ball, but in tumbling over, it spilled from her hand.
From a grass, yeah.
But that's all right. That's a good effort nonetheless, and a plan that almost came to fruition for Trinidad. But a 4 nonetheless, just costing them a 4. The score moves on to 54 for 5. Akila Stefan 9 from 9. Looking to bowl a bit flatter there was the new bowler introduction into the attack, Brianna Haricharan into the attack. Looks to be another leg spinner. So 2 leg spinners in a women's on the 19 team. That is very exciting. And the ball is up in the air, and she may have misjudged it. One of the very few mistakes made by the Trinidad fielding outfit here today. Maybe not aware of the breeze that comes across the ground, but she ran in immediately and may have misjudged it and had to track back, and it fell over her head. So they get a single.
If you notice, actually, the long on was around to back up still.
I must say this is very good bowling. Very disciplined bowling by Trinidad and Tobago. They really are keeping the Guyana on the 19 on the wraps.
That should have been an easy single, Asha.
Well, I think they were discouraged by the game awareness of the mid-wicket fielder running across, maybe just shadowing the long on fielder, so just to deter them.
Yeah, it should have been on the move still, especially the batter.
So they ran that one now, Mr. Joseph.
Yeah, that was a bit firmer though.
Yeah, she hit that a bit harder. But I do believe that somebody needs to get a lighter bat out there for her, because it seems like it's a task to swing that bat. But that's the end of the over. 13 overs gone. We're actually getting through the overs pretty quickly with the introduction of spin. After 13 overs, 56 for 5. So we have another change in bowling. So we have 4 spinners so far. Number 80, Samira Naidu.
We have another leg spinner coming to the attack, Asha.
Now, this is unheard of. I'm not sure if it's Samuel Badri who coaches this team back in Trinidad, but there seems to be a lot of leg spinners. 3 leg spinners, and all of them bowling.
It's good to see, though. All goes well for West Indian women's cricket. So let's see how she starts. Is it number 80?
Yes, number 80, Samira Naidu. And a lot of flight, but there is protection. And this I like to see. This I like to see. I love to see that. So what happened, and you may have not seen that on the camera, on the coverage, was that the third man fielder went behind the point fielder. So there's 2
Persons
backing up just in case.
Most of the times.
So starting a bit full on the fuller side, but this is a bowler that likes to flight the ball, likes to throw it very high. I mean that is going to be, that's always difficult, you know, playing youth cricket and somebody throws the ball higher than your eye line, because you have to, they're going to move their head when you're younger. Wait. So a single goes a begging there. A bit of ball watching on the part of the 2 batsmen, Daniel Mans and Akila Stephan. But considering it's women, is it batsmen or batters or batswomen? Batters, okay.
It's going to cover both men and women.
Okay, I'll use batters from now. I'll use batters.
Or fielders.
So we have some terms here that we need to figure out, because if it's third man in a women's game, is it third woman? These are things that you might want to take note of. But again, this is well bowled by Samira Naidu. And in your days, you would be drowning in honey, won't you? Because you're going to get to the pitch of that ball.
Yeah, that would have been out of the park.
Well, I beg to differ, but again, we would never know.
You have too much time, Asha, to come to that pitch of that.
Yeah, most definitely.
It gives you a lot of time.
I agree, and this is where I think what I would want to see from the coaches is maybe just send a message out there from time to time, because this still is a learning process for a lot of these young players, that when the ball is fuller, try and step out to it, especially when it's flighted. Try and step out, get to the pitch, look to score, and be positive.
That's something that you got to sort out in the net, Sasha. If you're not accustomed to be doing it, it's going to be difficult. So that's something you get in the nets, that same sort of ball, have them move their feet, get to it, and then it will become the norm after a while.
Agreed. That's very well said, Mr. Joseph. It all starts in the nets. It all starts in practice. As we see Brianna Haricharan continuing from the police station end. A bit flatter. An appeal going up, not out, says the umpire Laurie. Down at that pavilion, down at the police station end. Seems to be going down a bit. She's bowling a bit flatter than...
I'm a bit surprised that I haven't seen any left-arm orthodox spinners in this Trinidadian team.
I think that you may be tempting fate there, because they might bring out one sooner or later.
Yeah, well, it's a bit surprising to me. Those tend to be very more accurate than, the right arm leg spinners.
Most definitely. But so far, so good. That would have been 4 spinners that we've seen so far.
Right arm leg spinners, and they've done pretty well.
They bowl all their 14 overs. Assuming that they bowl all their 4 overs, that's 16 overs of spin, if required. So they're really tying down whatever opposition if they're not going to be able to play spin properly.
If you don't have batters with power that can hit them and hit them away for boundaries, you're going to be in a bit of trouble with them.
Yeah, most definitely.
And the fielders are in very close positions, so singles are going to be difficult to usher.
Yeah, they really are tying
You
down.
look at the fielding techniques to usher. It's so much, on par with what should be done in opposed to the other teams. The
Yeah,
long
very
barriers
polished.
coming out and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, very polished, attacking the ball when needed.
When
they're
needed,
not attacking
yeah.
the ball, long barrier,
Long
nothing
barriers,
can pass. So good fundamentals here by Trinidad, and
It's
that's
bold.
bold. It was going to happen sooner or later. A wicket was on the cards, and Daniel Manns would have been the batsman to lose her wicket. Bowled by Brianna Haricharan for 3. So Guyana slipping further into a spot of bother. 59 for 6. Number 59 is the next batsman, Jariah Rodriguez. But this has been a very disciplined bowling performance and fielding performance so far by the Trinidad and Tobago on 19 women. Bowling 15 overs, or
Yeah,
just about 15 overs, under the run rate of 4 runs and over.
Yeah,
Really is impressive.
I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing out there from them on the field, Asha. As you said, they've been organized, well polished, well oiled, well groomed, and they're executing well.
And what I do like to see, and what I really want to encourage amongst Leeward Islanders, is the support. Because these Trinidadians have traveled so far, and some parents are here, some support, some cousins or whatever, they're here supporting the players. So considering that we're in Antigua, I would like to see at least some of the Antiguans who do live here come and support the Leeward Islands.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying, Asha. Any support you get is always welcome. Sometimes, when I was back in the day when we were playing, we didn't have, you were like just your 11 men or 13 men up against the whole nation when you go to Trinidad, Guyana, and those countries. Jamaica. I remember playing in Jamaica, I think it was Shell Sandals. And those days were difficult days, Asha. The crowd support that you get from the Jamaicans is extraordinary. People throwing firecrackers behind their feet on the boundary and that kind of stuff. I remember being captain and setting people on the boundary and they don't want to go on the boundary. So it's.
Well, those were the days. Those are not allowed anymore. But those are the days of when West Indies cricket was real cricket. As
I'll tell you what happens. Like, that's bold.
and another wicket goes. The consistent Samara Ramnath walks with a 3rd wicket here. Guyana on the 19 women plummeting further into crisis. 59 for 7. Samara Ramnath bowls Akila Stephen for 12.
I think you just saw a change of bat here just now. So you were talking about the heavy bats. So the batter that's coming out actually changed the ball. So I was telling you about the support. I can remember in Trinidad, Brian Lara edged the ball down to 3rd man, and the noise that the crowd made, Asha, you would be thinking that he played an excellent cover drive, 2 covers. And then, as opposed to when we go to bat, you see Keith out and trips and drive. Lovely shot to cover, and you don't hear nothing. You just go, everything goes quiet.
Well, back in the day, that was regional cricket, and there was pride for every nation. You can't go to Kensington Oval and expect any applause as a Leeward Islands.
Yeah,
or
well,
Trinidadian.
you're up against the whole
You're
country.
up against the whole country. But what I must say is that at the time, when it's time to come together for West Indies versus England, West Indies versus Australia, you're going to get full support behind you.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. And those are the days that you really want to go back to, where people would be watching. The stands are full for regional cricket.
As I listened to my, our technician here, he said like when the West Indies came to Trinidad in those days, you would have the stands full when they're practicing as much as when they're playing the games.
Really?
Yeah. We were having a chat yesterday, he was telling me about that. So those were the days.
So what would have gone wrong? What has happened in terms of the time that people nowadays? Some people don't even know that West Indies is playing in their country.
Yeah, well, I guess everybody wants to be associated with teams and people who are winning. Nobody wants to be a loser, so that's going to be one of the factors. And then you have quite a bit more things that you can add to it, Asha. Well fielded there, short, fine leg.
Agreed. But I do have a thing to say as well. I do think that from my memory of cricket when I was younger, that cricket tend to be an event, party. You're going there not only to watch cricket but to relax and enjoy yourself. And I don't think that that's the same environment that we see with cricket nowadays.
Oh, that's terribly missed there by the short, fine leg. They'll get two at least, I think, yeah, two. I'll tell you what I think has changed, Asha. Cricket in those days was a culture. I think we've got so many things that's added now to our Caribbean culture. So it poses a lot of different things for people to do. You know, events around, so people are competing. You know, we are competing for the same spots in terms of sports. You know, social events, all that kind of stuff.
Well, hopefully to renew the interest in West Indies cricket, we could maybe try and combine some of these events, some social events, combine some of our culture, make it a bit more intertwined. Because I would not like to see the disbanding of West Indies cricket due to differences, but acknowledging that we all are a region who fight under the same flag. But after 16 overs, the Guyana under 19 women 61 for 7 in a spot of bother here, looking just trying to get to maybe 80, 85.
If you realize another thing, Asha, in our part of our region in the West Indies, if you can give me an honest count or honest number, I'd be happy. How many people you think in the leewards know that there's a CPL, women's CPL, going to take place just shortly?
An honest figure.
Or percentage?
I can say maybe about 10% of Leeward Islanders.
I can assure you it's less than 10.
Less than 10%.
Yeah.
Leeward Islanders. That's aware.
That's what I'm saying. So the awareness is just not there. Like you'll have a cricket game going on at the Surf Furniture Stadium, people asking you some questions. What's happening there? You understand? So it's.
But I think particularly for Antiguan culture, that because we associated so much of our cricket, so much of our carnival, so much of our recreational activities with Antigua recreation grounds, to move something like cricket to the stadium where it's in the country essentially. Nobody, the culture of you're coming from work, you come off at East Bus Station or West Bus Station, and you're just walking through town and realize you're hearing bat and ball in recreation grounds, that you would go and maybe pop in and see what's going on. But we don't have that anymore.
Yeah, we have moved away from that, as well as we can say we have moved away from a lot of other things actually. Our diet has changed, lots of stuff. These young people we have now, they've been doing things differently, you guys. So lots of things have changed. So why you want to go with one flow and then go away to something else?
See, but if I may add, things have changed, but I'm not sure they've changed for the better. I really don't think it has changed for the better.
That much, yeah. But in terms of the stadium, I think it was a better place to put it at that time. You understand? I think what happens is just that the transportation factor is not readily accessible, as you're just walking into town and the ground is right there. So that's one of the factors I think that deter people a lot, getting to and from the grounds. So it's something
where I would challenge you with that particular statement about transportation is that there is a common event every year up at the stadium in the parking lot. called Rise. It's a carnival event, and for the last 2 to 3 years, it has had in excess of 8,000 people in attendance in the parking lot. So, and that is a fete that happens at 12 a.m. in the morning to 8 a.m. in the morning. So if you can find transportation at midnight to go to a fete at stadium, you can find transportation to go to cricket at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
What days does the cricket play?
Well, if we have test matches are played Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days or 4 days, Thursday,
So-
Friday, Saturday.
So you're telling me you're going to leave work on a Thursday to go and watch cricket?
No, but what I'm saying is you have 4 days. So in 4 days, you have to find yourself up for cricket at least one of the days.
Yeah, that's for you.
Well, I agree, but this is why I'm saying
But then
in terms
you
of
remember,
Antigua recreation
remember
grounds.
you mentioned the other day that Saturdays are for what? Your chores and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, correct.
So you actually tying up yourself there, Asha. So you're taking 3 days out of the test match day. So it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday, got to prepare to go to work on Monday, and Monday I'm back at work. So
I
rise happens in the night, and I'll tell you what I see. Like in the mornings, very early after rise, I see people just walking. I saw a guy walking in, heading to All Saints the other day. I say, what's going on here? But I noticed that he had a lot of paint and stuff on him. So I say, okay, what's going on here? But then I realized that there was an event at the stadium. So.
And for the viewers out there who may not understand the geography of Antigua, to walk from the stadium to All Saints is about a half an hour to an hour walk.
Yeah, you're looking at about 4 or 5 miles walk easily.
Easily.
Yeah.
From the stadium, 8 o'clock
And
in the morning.
I'm just saying he's heading into All Saints. He might be going to Liberta. never know.
That is
Yeah.
also correct.
But
That is
you
also
pass
correct.
quite a few of the patients walking. They just walking.
Right.
They've had
that
enough
level
heading
of
back home.
dedication to fetting. That same level of dedication can be applied to cricket. Because if you're going to tell me that you could go to a fete and then wake up the next morning and go to work,
They're
why
not
can't
gonna
you
go to
leave
work.
work?
Did
What do
you-
you mean? Some of them do go leave work.
So
and go
you
there.
have never heard the song Ducking?
Straight from the cricket. Oh my word.
Ooh.
What a shot that is. Rosanna Patterson.
67 total.
They're looking to get to about 80 or 85. I'm hoping that they may be looking to get to even 100. But so far, the spin bowlers have really tied down the Guyanese batsman or batswoman. So only 2 balls left in this spell for Jairam. Just
Wow.
not able to get away the spinner as they would have hoped, the Guyana under 19 women. But so far, very respectable figures by Shreya Jairam. 1 more ball until she's completed her spell.
And she has 3 wickets on her belt.
No, that would be Ramcharan.
Ramcharan.
Yeah. But she would have finished with figures of 4 overs, 12 runs. So I would take that any day.
Yeah,
in
very,
that
very
T20
good.
competition.
Very good spell of bowling. 4 overs, 12 runs. Excellent stuff. And you remember I mentioned earlier on to Asha, where there's lack of power, you come into spin. You know, you've seen several short balls that they couldn't even put away. So,
See, but
they-
I do think that at some point that you have to be able to compensate for your lack of power, because being able to transfer your weight, pull that ball into the leg side, get 2 or get a single, would be able to rotate the strike a bit better. But strike rotation seems to be not a skill that they have fully developed as yet. So I can understand where the power would come in, but there are ways to work around it.
it's not going to be easy still with the fielders that close to get a single, Asha. You look at the offside ring of men, it's very close. So it's going to be difficult for you to get a single of these bowlers as long as they bowl to the field that's set. Look at what's happening on the onside here now. Short middle wicket, real short. You can't get a single there. It's going to be suicidal. So they've recognized that these players don't have that power, and they're just closing down on them. That's what the Leewers did not do.
Yeah, the power is just not there for the Guyana under 19 women. And I do believe with a ball like that, you could just kind of drop it into the leg side, in just in between extra cover and cover. Maybe try and steal a single, you know. But again, it all comes with learning the game. Ooh, well bowled. It seems like that was a googly passing outside the line of the leg stump. So Brianna Hari Charan, 2 balls away from completing her spell as well. So far, 3.1 overs, 1 for 13. Fly to delivery here, and it's going down to long on. She's attempting to catch. No, she doesn't get there in time. They scamper through for a single. Good effort by the long on fielder. She was attempting the catch, but when she realized that she couldn't get there, she still put her body behind the ball so that it doesn't trickle into the boundary for 4 or otherwise. So one more ball to come by Brianna Haricharan. Another fly to delivery. It's swept into the leg side, collected by the mid-wicket fielder, and that completes her quota. Brianna Haricharan, 4 overs, 1 for 15. So 2 bowlers have completed their quota for less than 20 runs. So that's really, really good by the Trinidad and Tobago under 19 women.
Yeah, that's pretty good bowling by those 2 young leg spinners.
And they're going to finish the innings with spin. So essentially what would have happened is that, if I'm not mistaken, only 6 overs of today's game by Trinidad and Tobago were bowled by pace.
Yeah, I thought they would have brought back the Pacers, but we haven't seen them.
Well,
I
the
thought
spin is
I
working.
thought that the Pacers really started well.
The spin is working, so if it's not broken, well, I don't think
Why
it should be
fix it,
fixed.
yeah.
So it's going to be a bit of an ask now for Guyana to get to 80. They're currently at 73, 7 more to get to that magical number. But it seems like they might have to settle for 78 or 77.
Shot. That's slashed away through the covers of 4, Asha. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, she got enough bat on that, Rosanna Patterson, as she was able to find the gap between extra cover and score a boundary. A very one of the very few boundaries scored this innings. So there's nothing too wrong with that. Samara Ramnath looking to close out the innings. Good comeback by Ramnath, a dot ball. So the Guyana on the 19 women are up to 77, 3 shy of the 80 mark.
Well, the 80 seems to be the order of the day. Asha?
Well, that might be the case, but 80 may not be defendable. So we've yet to see Trinidad bat over here at Ball Beef, but from their prior game, overhauling Jamaica's 39 in about 8 overs or 7 overs, 80 might not be enough for a full 20 over game.
Yeah, it's a modest total, really. So I think maybe we'd like to see Trinidad batting first to see what they really made of.
Yeah, most definitely. But again, their mentality is that they've come with a plan and they're coming to win a title. So if it's working, they'll continue to make it work. So that single has brought an end to the Guyana under 19 women's innings. Samara Ramnath finishes her quarter with 4 overs, 3 for 20. Guyana under 19 women completing their 20 overs, 79 for 7 on the back of 22 off of 21 deliveries, including 4 fours by Alia Henry, supported by Akila Stephens, who had 12 off of 17. A very disciplined bowling attack by the Trinidad and Tobago women's under 19, with the star bowler Samara Ramnath 4 overs 3 for 20, accompanied by Brianna Haricharan, Ramnarayan and Amrita Ramtahal, all getting 1 wicket apiece. So we're going to take a short break here at Ball Beef Liberta. We're going to take a short innings break. Guyana under 19 women 79 for 9, setting the Trinidad and Tobago under 19 women a target of 80 for victory. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to today's coverage of the Cricket West Indies Rising Stars Women Under 19 Tournament 2026, match number 5 between Guyana Women Under 19 and Trinidad and Tobago Under 19 Women. The Guyana Under 19 Women would have scored 79 for 7 from their 20 overs, setting the Trinidad and Tobago Women a target of 80 for victory from their 20 overs, on the back of 2 scores above the score of 10. Alia Henry 22 and Akila Stephen 12 would have propelled them to a total of 79 for 7. So we're tuning back in live as the players are back out on the field. The 2 opening batsmen for Trinidad getting ready to take guard for the second innings of this encounter. Spin was the name of the game for Trinidad. About 14 overs of their innings was spin. So let's see if Guyana is going to have the same plan going forward. And that's a good start for the Guyana under 19 women. Two fielders outside the circle, third man and fine leg, as for a standard field and a ring field around. Wide signaled by the umpire, that one going awry. A very interesting offside field. They have a straight extra cover, a wide mid-off, along with a cover and a point. So I'm not sure if they've done some homework on this particular batsman, but a very strange field indeed. I'm here joined with my co-host, former West Indies and Leeward Islands batsman Dave Joseph. Dave Joseph, what do you make of this run chase?
Well, should be easy picking for Trinidad once all goes well. Just ticking the ball around, knocking it around should be able to get them to that total pretty easily. Along with the odd boundary in between. Well, you remember I asked you just now about the analyst position for these teams. So that field position will tell me that they know a bit about the Trinidad team. That man been put right at short. Is it short mid-off?
Well, this is what I'm saying. It seems to be a straight extra cover.
Straightish extra cover, yeah.
And then a wide mid-off, which is, I have not seen that before, but clearly they know something that we don't know. Opening the batsman is Samara Ramnath and Amrita Ramtahal. Opening the bowling, Alia Henry, who would have top scored with 22. So just play down into the leg side quite quietly is Ramtahal. But but these two teams seem to have played some cricket before. They know each other because of the positioning. So a quiet start so far for the Trinidad and Tobago on the 19 women. Alia Henry, a good start so far. So a very tidy first over for the Guyana on the 19 women, only conceding 2 runs after the first over, but still a tall order for the Guyana on the 19 women to try and restrict the Trinidad and Tobago women for 79. That is going to be a tall ask. The required run rate only 4 runs and over from here on out.
Well, they'll have to try as much as possible to defend what they had scored, Asha. It's not impossible. So they definitely need to come out and put up a good fight in terms of in the field.
Opening bowler from the pavilion end, the number 56, Shanessa Thomas.
I sent you a message after I sent it. I told you yes?
Well, if that's going to be the fielder there, I don't think that the fielder needs to be there. Maybe she's there for a catch, but that went through a little bit too easily, in my opinion. She's moved a bit to her left now, in a more standard extra cover position, and what a shot! A valiant effort by the mid-on fielder, number 49, Jada Fraser. But that has been probably the first shot I've seen that somebody has been hitting the ball off the front foot, down the ground. I'm very surprised. Good shot nonetheless. They get 2, Samara Ramnath. And she comes forward competently. This one looks like a serious batsman.
Solid in defense.
Solid in defense, most definitely. Just her setup, how her head is still, her eyes are balanced. It just seems like she's well put together. How she comes forward. No trigger, but she's looking to sweep a seam-up bowler. So she seems to be one of those serious players, one of those to look out for.
Yeah, as you said, she looks pretty organized in her stance. Everything is looking nice and steady. Head steady. Well compact. She has shown us that she has a very good defense, solid defense. And she played that ball on the up just now, which was, pretty decent. Here she goes again, solid in defense.
Yes, very, very tidy indeed. Very easy on the eye is Samara Ramnath in how she defends. She just seems to have it all put together at this point in time. As an emerging player? No, she's playing CWI last year. Yeah? I thought this is the first year. And we have seen just the difference in the field between Trinidad and Guyana in the first 2 overs. The backing up, the fielding, the organization just doesn't seem to be as tight-knit as Trinidad and Tobago. So they were able to scamper through for 2. So Samara Ramnath moving on to 5 off of 8 deliveries. Signal wide again, going down the leg side. A bit of a double hop there by Shanessa Thomas. I didn't see that in the first 4 balls that she bowled.
It's obvious that she didn't get the run up right there, Asha. So she started a bit and hopped and did not stop. You're better off stopping and reloading again, as you call it. Shot.
Oh, that
Nice.
looks lovely. I love the high elbow. Ah, my word. That's a beautiful drive. I'm hoping that she would have gotten 2 or maybe 3 for that, possibly 4. But nonetheless, a good drive to the cover fielder ends the second over. After 2 overs, the TNT under 19 women 8 without loss.
Yeah, well played by the young TNT batter. Also well fielded in the offside by the Guyanese fielders.
But Mr. Joseph, how important is it that from a grassroots level or from a youth cricket level is the teaching of proper technique? Because I've heard a lot of different coaches with different philosophies that as long as it works, you should allow them, or some coaches also say proper technique no matter what. What is your view on the importance of technique being taught at a young age?
Yeah, I'd rather see technique being taught very early, very young. Some of these players, you allow them to do their own thing, and I have one young player that says to me, I love to do it my way. But when he runs into trouble, he comes back to me. So you're better off learning the basics very early. So if something goes wrong, you can fall back on something.
Okay, no problem. Very, very interesting because I have come across a lot of different coaches with a lot of different philosophies in that. Some people would say, well, you should find your own way of doing things, your own technique. And there's other coaches like yourself that say there is a right technique and you should practice the right things to get the correct results. But I'm seeing it here for myself that with just how the Trinidadians have set up, or the TNT batsmen or batswomen have set up, they just seem to be in the right order, getting their foot to the ball when driving, head over the ball. And it seems to be working so far.
You're definitely going to have people, players doing different things, Asha, but the right stuff and the basic stuff is very important. As you learn the basics, you can then go away from it. And then if you run into some problems, you can always come back to the basic stuff. If you look at that shot, Asha, just now, when he saw the Guyanese were batting, nobody actually stepped onto their front foot.
Correct.
And you're seeing these TNT players, they're actually getting onto their front foot and playing, decent cricket shots. Here we go. Should have been played on the ground, but Trinidad has lost their first wicket.
Yes, so Mara Ramnath looking to go over the top, try and get it over mid-on or maybe a little bit straighter, but she ended up putting a little bit too much bottom hand into that and tugging it to the long on fielder. Not enough power to get over that fielder. And the TNT under 90 women have lost their first wicket. Samara Ramnath goes. Caught off the bowling of Aliyah Henry for 5.
So the first wicket goes down for TNT. It was actually 9.
Yep, and in at number 3 is actually shirt number 9, the wicketkeeper Jana Mohammed.
Shot.
So I've just been informed by my technician, Jana Mohammed, comes from a very rich cricketing family. So, and I've been told that she has a triple hundred in a softball school league cricket match. So I'm excited to see how this is translated to the hardball game.
And he also made mention that she plays tennis too.
Yeah, she plays tennis as well.
So she should have good hand coordination.
Most
It shows
definitely
when she was wicket keeping.
setting up like Nicholas Puran here.
Shot.
Wow. So I've not been led astray. Amrita Ramtal on strike. They seem to be very competent on the front foot with those fuller length deliveries.
Looks like a nice tennis shot. Have you seen John McGinley batting? Yeah,
I've heard about John McGidley.
that reminds me of it.
I've heard about him.
Strikes the
seen-
ball like he's playing tennis.
Not seen much of him.
Wow. Wow, that's a brilliant catch,
Wow,
Asha.
a brilliant catch by the square leg fielder. She timed her jump perfectly and she pulled off a stunning catch above the head. Took Amrita Ramtahal quite by surprise, and nobody was expecting that. The Trinidad and Tobago women are in a spot of bother here. 9 for 2 inside the power play. Mr. Joseph, what
That
do you
was
think
an
of this?
excellent catch, Asha. That's the sort of feeling you need to lift your team. You know, and bring out these good performances. As I said to you, they'd have to go out there and defend whatever they made. And they're doing so thus far, Asha.
Yeah, brilliant catch by the fielder, Sawana Booker, who took the catch. And the incoming batsman for the T&T on the 19 women, number 22, Vice Captain Brianna Haricharan. So the Guyana on the 19 women's are really giving Trinidad and Tobago a run for their money, already taking 2 wickets in the first power play.
Yeah, that catch should lift them, Asha, lift the spirits of the Guyanese team. That was a brilliant catch behind square.
A bit difficult it is, switching from left hand to right hand. So right hander now on strike, Brianna Haricharan.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you that the senior men's having problems with that line and length whenever the right and left hand combination comes into effect. So for these young ladies, you shouldn't be too hard on them.
Good shot there by Brianna Haricharan.
Yeah, spanked away through the covers.
Yeah, rocking back on the back foot and cutting that between cover and point. 4 runs to Haricharan. But I have heard stories of the legendary fast bowlers of the 80s and the 90s that they would put down a piece of A4 paper and just bowl to that all day. Is that something that is true, or you haven't seen any of that from?
Yeah, I've seen that. It was a joy for us to watch Curtly Ambu's bowl the first over and then go and have a look at the pitch. And as you said, this sheet of paper, all 6 balls would have been in this paper.
Wow.
So every first over that you'd have bowled, we'd have gone, once the pitch is fresh and new, and have a look at it, and all 6 balls would have been in that square.
Wow, that is amazing accuracy. The likes of, I think that is something that we should be striving towards in the West Indies, learning to be a bit more consistent, a bit more patient, especially in Test cricket, not going searching.
I'll tell you, I used to captain him, Curtly Ambrose. And sometimes I'll go up to him and say, Ambi, if you bowl a bouncer here to this batter, he's going to get out. He say, Soppy, what do you know about fast bowling? So I'll tell him, if you think that I'm a good batsman, I must know something about fast bowling. And then he'll also say to me like this, I'm not going to be moving from my spot until the batsman does something different. If he doesn't trouble me, I'm not going to trouble him. So I'll stay right in my zone until he does something different.
Wise words indeed. And were you fielding at slip when Curtly Ambrose was bowling?
Yeah, that's my favorite position. Slip.
And does it sting the hands at all coming down there?
No, once you've got good technique, it doesn't really sting. Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Well. Perhaps you should teach me about that because I have not stood that slip to the likes of Alzari Joseph and Nino Henry at the Wintrops and taking a catch at its your hands are
Yeah, you've got to time the ball, Asha.
timing while catching. You've heard it here first.
It's just like wicket keeping, for example. Timing and a little give, and it's all nice. Nice cushion. Yeah, cushion. Yeah. Take off some of that pace. Yeah.
See, and this is why I was never a consistent slip cording member. I am a cover and a mid-off fielder, yes. Because
I'll tell
fielding
you-
in the slips was, especially to fast bowlers, you're
After-
almost on the 30-yard circle.
After this delivery, I'll tell you how I became a very good slip fielder. Interesting. After this delivery.
Golf ball.
No, not really. Sorry. After this delivery. Look at this. Crazy. Should have been an easy run out. No communication at all. The batsman just played the ball and then took off.
Yes, Brianna Harry Chirana had a bit of miscommunication there. Just, I'm not sure what they were speaking about a while ago, but it still ended up okay. A misfield by the extra cover fielder. So no harm, no foul.
Yes, I'll tell you, Asha. From very early, I've made up my mind I wasn't going to be chasing any leather. So I worked on my slip catching and worked on it to perfection that whenever I walk into any team and I go into the field, they say, you go to first slip. So I remember when I went into the West Indies team, I went straight to slip and then I was alone in the slips.
Wow. Specialist.
Yeah, so
Scored in field.
not chasing any leather at all. I'm going to be catching leather, not chasing it.
Lovely. So Alia Henry, continuing from the police station end, the TNT under 19 women in a spot of bother, 19 for 2 from 4 overs, still above the required run rate. Ali Henry in again to Brianna Haricharan. Just negotiated quietly into the leg side for no run. The weather has held up brilliantly today, even though it's been overcast. A cool, calm breeze across Bald Beef Liberta. The sun shining nicely. A good enough day for cricket. By signal by the umpire. A swing and a miss by Harry Chiran. The ball was full and she was looking to absolutely smash that through the covers. And as you can hear, the Trinidad and Tobago supporters, they're letting their voice be heard.
Swung away down to fine leg for a single.
Another leg by to tick over the scoreboard yet again. 24 the score moves on to. Very simple equation for the TNT under 19 women. 56 required from 15 overs. So after 5 overs, one more over left in the power play. The TNT women 24 for 2.
Yeah, once you keep taking wickets, Asha, it can cause teams to, start to scurry around and things start to go wrong. But this is where the Guyanese need to step up the ante and try to, chip another one or two out. And then you may find them, right back in the game.
Change in bowling from the pavilion end. Number 45 into the attack. The captain, Daniel Mans. So we're going to see our first introduction of spin for the Guyana innings. So 6 overs, just like the Trinidadians. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a dual change, which is going to be spin from one end and spin from the other, but that remains to be seen.
Hey, it's going to be interesting to see how the TNT batters handle the spin. We see quite a bit of protection being put into place for this young spinner.
It seems to be leg spin for how she's twirling the ball. This has to be a first for me. I have never seen so many leg spinners play in a single match. So this is truly a first for me. 3 from Trinidad and Tobago, 1 so far from Guyana. Well played, coming forward. Well bowled, well played.
Well bowled by young Mans, Asha. It's a good start as a young leg spinner.
Most definitely.
Pretty straight.
She seems to have a lot of control so far. Good shot there. Lovely shot by Brianna Haricharan. Again, just transferring the weight onto the back foot and cutting that ball past the cover fielder. 4 more to the total.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent shot, Asha, as you said. She just rocked back and slapped it through the covers. She looks a player of class. As you said, she played in the women's CPL last year, is it? Oh, she's starting this year.
Oh, lovely clip into the leg side. That's a shot that I've not seen at all for the day. Very well played. Just to get a single.
Yeah, well, if mid-wicket is wide open, Asha, why not? Take a single. Just work it into the onside for a single.
Well, her ability is definitely there. The first that I've seen to be able to work the ball into the leg side, just break the risks. So she's calling in the both offside fielders, sending back long on to deep mid-wicket.
fielded in the deep.
Yes, well fielded indeed. Putting your body behind the ball. So a single to complete the 6th over. That's the end of the power play. TNT on the 19 women 30 for 2. Only requiring a further 50 runs from 14 overs. That's 84 balls for victory. keep or manage the run rate as it currently stands. Very well fielded by the deep square leg fielder. Only getting a single in Trinidad and Tobago. Just counting down the runs ever so slowly. So Litch continuing. A decent length delivery down the leg side, signaled wide by the umpire Lowry. So the name of the game has to be dot balls for Guyana on the 19.
Well, I think they want to bowl a few wicket taking balls, Asha. Wow.
Wow. That was a fierce throw from such a small distance at extra cover, trying to run out the batsman.
Well, you'll definitely have to take those throws, Asha, and then inflict the run out. If you want to get people out.
So what would be important at this point in time is build pressure, bowl some dot balls, bowl some wicket-taking deliveries, and try and get yourself back into the game. Massive shout there, and given by umpire Lowry. Soraya Kowalsing goes, looking for a big shot. I'm not sure why. This is the second time I've seen this for the innings so far. A batsman looking for a massive shot over the leg side and missing it completely. Adjudged LBW by the umpires. The Trinidad and Tobago women falling further into trouble, 46 for 5.
Yeah, as I said to Asha, once you keep taking wickets, it poses a different scenario every time you take a wicket. I mean, the total on the board may seem pretty small, but once you keep losing wickets, you know, the pressure will actually mount. And it sends a different message to the brain that they're bowling dot balls with us, they're taking wickets, so let's try something different.
But much like the men's team, the women's team have also been affected by a lack of strike rotation. Because I don't want to believe that if they're rotating the strike as and when required, that they would build any pressure upon themselves because they're not facing a lot of dot balls.
Yeah, well, that's what I keep telling you, Asha. If you have power, you go over the top, which will send the fielders back and away from you. Then you can get the singles down the ground and do the different parts of the field easier. So, if you're just poking and prodding around, the fielders are going to come close to you just to lock down that single. So, and that's exactly what's happening here. If you notice when Trinidad fielded, the fielders are very tight onto the batters. So, they didn't get much, sharp singles or singles at all.
So Alia Henry back into the attack from the pavilion end. This is going to be a bit of a problem now for Trinidad, losing 5 wickets, half of the side gone, majority of the top orders gone. So it's only Jessica Davis and Samira Naidu might be the last 2 recognized batsmen.
Well, that's what I keep telling you, Asha. You gotta take wickets. That's how you're gonna see what's in the bunker.
So Samira Naidu facing up for her first delivery of this contest. against Alia Henry. It's a bit short, but she's on the front foot. Looking to kind of force it off of the front foot, but she's practicing the correct shot now off the back foot. So 33 runs from 51 balls. The required run rate still hovering just on the 4 runs and over.
Wide.
Wide signaled by the umpire. And they scamper through for a single as well. So 2 runs added to the total. 49 the score. And Guyana are going to have to maybe go back to the spin and look to bowl a bit more accurate, look to take wickets at this stage of the game.
Yeah, you've got to find that bowler that can be able to bowl that line and length for you, and at least to keep the stumps in play.
So 50 up for the Trinidad and Tobago women. 1 milestone completed. So 30 runs required for the Trinidad and Tobago women. Not much to defend here is Guyana. So they're going to have to be bowling a lot tighter and force the batsman to make a mistake. They're going to have to be searching for wickets at this point in time, bowling a lot more stump-to-stump deliveries, looking for LBWs and bowls.
Yeah, well, you've seen once they've managed to bowl a few dot balls after they've managed to induce that rash shot. There we go, putting one hand to the ball.
Hit hard
They should have had
by
both
Samira
hands.
Naidu. With a better fielder there, that could have been a wicket, but it turned out to be 2. So C&T women 52 for 5, only requiring a further 28 for victory. But all in all, this is a great experience with some of these young ladies being able to play regional cricket against their counterparts here in Antigua and Barbuda. Lovely conditions have held so far. No rain for the day. A bit overcast, not a lot of sun, but just a little bit of breeze. You can see the flag standing up on the flag poles. So a gentle breeze coming across the grounds.
So we have a new bowler being brought into the attack.
An authoritative shot by Jessica Davis. A statement to Sawana Booker. Her first ball introduced into the attack has been dispatched for 4. Lovely shot there. Up and over. Extra cover.
Yeah, that one was smacked to the cover. Asha. Fielder had no chance of stopping or getting a hand to it.
So again, it's been proven that the smallest ones tend to try and hit the balls the hardest.
Yeah, that's
Jessica
what I've been looking
Davis.
at.
So 57 for 5. The score moving on ever so closely to that target of 79 or 80 runs. So a single in the end after a bit of confusion. Looking to get a quick single was Samira Naidu, hitting it straight to extra cover, but it was fielded and collected and ricocheted off the stump where they got the single anyways, moving the score to 58 for 5.
Yeah, brilliant bit of feeling, Asha. And throwing his thumbs down, but resulted in a extra run.
Yeah, they're going to lead a bit more aggressive bowling to prize a wicket and maybe get 2 more wickets and get back in the game. Only 22 runs to work with for the Guyana women. So Jessica Davis setting up a valuable 10 runs, wide signal by the umpire. So extras not helping the cause of the Guyana under 19 women. So I'm not sure what the plan is for them right now. They seems to be panicking. They seems to be out of plans. The Guyana under 19s, just going through the motions. Wide signal again. And hit away.
Pulled
Jessica
away.
Davis pulled away short by Sawana Booker. And that sat up lovely and gave Jessica Davis enough time to hit that over the square leg region for 4 runs. Look at that. Enough time to rock back and absolutely give it the kitchen sink.
Yeah, that was a fierce pull shot, Asha.
Yes, so really Jessica Davis is taking the fight to the Guyana under 19 women. They've now sent back a square leg and she moves on to 14 to score 64. And again, she's carving this one past point, a bit of an under edge, but they get back for 2. So a very expensive over here for Sawana Booker. So far, 14 off the over with 1 ball remaining. So the current partnership motoring along here, 20 off of 11, thanks in no small part to Jessica Davis, 16 off of 12. And again, a lovely shot there by Jessica Davis through the covers. Yet again, the ball is going to be held up by the slow outfield. And they get back for 2 more. So 16 runs off the Sawana Booker over. The Trinidad and Tobago women ever so close. Only 12 runs away from a victory after 13 overs. TNT under 19 women, 68 for 5.
Yeah, you're seeing the real uptick in the TNT camp. They're sensing victory. The captain is going to be reintroduced into the attack.
Yeah, well, this is a handy little innings here by Jessica Davis, 18 off of 13 with 2 fours. Really just breaking the back of this run chase, as the captain is forced to reintroduce herself, bowling her last over a bit earlier than she would have expected. Danielle Mans, 3 overs, 1 for 9 so far. She's been the pick of the bowlers so far, but this is not the best situation that she's forced to bring herself back into.
Well, you need to take wickets to keep yourself in the game, Asha. So she has been the bowler that has been bowling stump to stump, and been keeping the batters on the check.
And good start, a dot ball to Samira Naidu. A dot ball aside the name of Danielle Mans. So she's been bowling quite economical with the economy of only 2.8. So 13 valuable dot balls, but I don't think that she's getting the same support from the other end. An inside edge by Samira Naidu, almost going on to hit the stumps, narrowly missing, so she lives to face another ball.
Well, they might be in a better position if they probably bring back one of the seamers, Asha.
Well, that probably might be the best idea. Still have
As you said, she's not been
Shanessa
getting
Thomas
support
to come back, but she hasn't necessarily been supported a lot
from the
outside
other
of
end.
Kiana Leach. Everybody else has economy rates above 5, so it's either now or never for the Guyana under 19 women.
It's 11 from 39 balls.
Yes, it's
Should
going to
be
a
easy
stroll
picking.
now. And that's hit into the leg side again by Jessica Davis. A little pocket rocket, I would term her as. Getting that ball out to the boundary in just one bounce, moving her on to 1970 is the score. Only 10 more runs to win for the Trinidad and Tobago under 19 women. So Danielle Mann has 2 balls left. She's going to have to try and get a wicket here. She's going to have to try and break this partnership. This has been quite the handy partnership, 26 off of 16 between the two of them. And it's short into the leg side, fielded quite comfortably. Samira Naidu being a accompanying act to the main show of Jessica Davis. 4 off of 8, just being there. And that would complete Danielle Mann's spell. 4 overs, 1 for 11, very well bowled by the captain. But now she's going to have to put some trust in the other end, hoping that they can prize a wicket or 2 and pull them back into the game.
Yeah, here goes the problem, Asha. Who is she going to be relying on to bowl a few good overs for her?
Well, she's bringing back Leach for her final over as well. So the 2 best bowlers so far for this game for Guyana has been bowled out, going to be bowled out with 5 overs remaining. So desperate times call for desperate measures for Guyana on the 19 women. Leach is coming back, 3 overs, 2 for 12 so far. But she's going to have to get the wicket of Jessica Davis. If not, this game will be as good as gone. So here she is, getting the ball up. It's a full toss and she's hitting it through the covers. And that is the wicket that they were looking for. Maybe not in the way that they were looking for it, but Jessica Davis has to go run out. Not what Trinidad and Tobago would have wanted at this stage of the game. Only 10 runs short of the victory. And their main batsman, Jessica Davis, goes run out.
Well, I think Guyana has missed quite a bit of opportunity like that early on in the game, Asha. Balls being played straight to fielders and they've misfielded them. So they've managed to effect a run out. So you still need another 10 runs from 36 balls.
Yes, it's going to be a lot more difficult now for the Trinidad and Tobago women. In the next batsman not much taller than the stumps. But hopefully she'll be able to do the job and get her team over the line. Well stroked down the ground, straight to the fielder. Shreya Jairam, she did her job with the ball, and now she's going to have to come and do a job with the bat. 10 more runs required from just a little over 5 overs. And she's sweeping, and she's going to get 2. She might get 4. And 4 runs signaled by the umpire. 4 important runs. Shreya Jairam bringing Trinidad and Tobago within touching distance. 6 more runs to win. So they're within touching distance now, Mr. Joseph. Just 1 hit away. So they can cruise from here on out. 1 run now over is required. As they get another single. A bye, most likely by the umpire. Bye signal indeed. So 5 runs required. So after getting the important wicket of Jessica Davis, Jairam with a 4, getting a top edge past the square leg fielder. Valiant effort by the deep square leg fielder, but 4 nonetheless.
Go for your son coming out, go for you. See you. Every time you could do something, why you left the what page you want to and kind of place to know. Okay, watch your seat. I won't do one today.
Ooh.
And that's bold. So Guyana Leach completing her quota with a wicket. 4 overs, 3 for 16. This is going to be an interesting finish here. They're taking wickets at regular intervals. 75 for 7 is the TNT women. So 5 runs needed. And Guyana need 3 runs. What is your prediction, Mr. Joseph?
Well, as I've been telling you all day, Asha, once you keep taking wickets, it's going to be a total different scenario in the minds of the batters. So you've got to keep taking wickets. And it's not over till it's over. So it's another 5 runs to get 3 wickets.
So 5 runs, 5 overs to get those 5 runs. And 3 wickets. 56 is the new bowler.
But do they have the quality of bowlers to be able to take in the wickets for them?
Shanessa Thomas back into the attack.
She was one of the opening bowlers, I think.
Yes, correct.
So let's hope she can, come up with the goods for Guyana, or at least make the game into a tighter game.
Well, this is going to be a challenge for Shreya Jairam and Azaria Muller, the new incoming batsman. Number 8 and number 9 batsmen. And she's playing that into the leg side. Well fielded by the mid-wicket fielder. So they have a lot of time to get these 5 runs. But the question is, how are they going to get it? Time is not the issue, but it seems like a tall order. So 4 runs required, tickled down to the leg side with Shreya Jairam. So far a run a ball 5 for her, which brings Azaria Muller on strike for the first time in this match. So 4 runs needed by needed by TNT.
So far, Asher, we have seen the TNT batters all the way down being able to play one or two shots. So that might be working in their favor too.
Yeah, so wrapping around the pad. First ball is Shanessa Thomas. They have to be looking to get wickets here. Is Guyana on the 19. They have to be looking to get
They need to
some.
close a bit tight on these batters to cut down that single.
Yes, force the batsman to make a mistake currently. So another single brings them a run closer. 3 runs required for TNT women. Is 77 for 7. So full and straight has to be the plan here. Maybe bring that mid-wicket field a bit tighter to stop those singles.
Wow.
Wide signal by the umpire. So not helping their cause is the wide ball by Shanessa Thomas. So just 2 runs needed from 26 deliveries. It seems firmly in the hands of the Trinidad and Tobago women. It's just a matter of time unless a miracle can happen for the Guyana on the 19s. And that's edged
away.
They're probably going to try and push for 2. No, just 1. So 1 run to win. Scores level here at Ball Beef Liberta. 79 for 7 after 16 overs, with Shreya Jairam not out on 6, Azaria Muller not out on 1.
Yeah, Asher, as you said, the game is right in the favor of TNT at this point. It's going to be interesting to see who comes on to take up the attack from that far end.
Yeah, just not enough help on her side today for Captain Danielle Mann. She, along with Kiana Litch, were the 2 spin bowlers who made a mess of the Trinidad and Tobago innings. 3 for 16 and 1 for 11. But just not the rest of the bowlers able to back it up. Maybe just not enough runs. And they scamper through. It could be a run out. And it is a miss. Run out. And that is the end of the game. The Trinidad and Tobago on the 19 women have overhauled Guyana on the 19 women by 3 wickets with 4 overs to spare, 23 deliveries to spare on the back of a pretty sheared scorecard. So we have Trinidad and Tobago 80 for 7 with the top score. Jessica Davies 19 off of 15. Brianna Harry-Charan chipping in with 17 off of 24 as the main performance in the overhauling of such a small target. So that would be the game. That is the end of the second match of our doubleheader here at Ball Beef Liberta. Guyana versus Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago winning by 3 wickets, and they have now won 2 games from playing 2, and the Guyana losing the first of their games. So that will be all for me. Any remarks, Mr. Joseph?
Yeah, like I say, congratulations to TNT taking a pretty comfortable win here today. You know, from the onset when I had a look at them, I realized they were pretty organized. I must give kudos to their coaches and managers. They, as you said, they look like a well-oiled machine. Pretty, rounded, team. And all in all, they've played some good cricket, Asha. So, as again, congratulations to them on winning. For the Guyanese, they need to score a bit more runs, and need to do a bit better in the field, especially in the ground fielding. And they need to do better in terms of their bowling, Asha. 2 bowlers not going to be able to cut it. You've got to get more people bowling well.
Yeah, most definitely. So the more organized of the teams have won here today. Trinidad and Tobago with their exceptional fielding and bowling effort. The batting maybe not so much, but again, that's something to work on in the future. But valiant effort by Guyana. So that will be all here from us here today. Signing out, me and Dave Joseph, in day number 2 of the Cricket West Indies Rising Stars Under 19 Women Championship 2026.